Hi there everybody, I am back with new RPG news. I know it's been quite a bit of time, but I've been traveling quite a bit. I had to go to LA for something that you'll find out about later. Then then I had to go to Columbus, Ohio. Then I had to go to Japan. And yeah, it's really hard to film these sort of things whenever you're supposed to be like, at home and have your recording equipment whenever you're not at home and you're all over the place. So I am back. New RPG News isn't going anywhere. I am still here to give you the news. And I definitely do think that's where the sub as you come and you join our party and you level on up with me. Your sub, your like, and your hype helps me out a ton. Thank you so much for that. And I'll try to put some pictures of my travels and everything up here so y'all can see it. I did post a couple of them just the other day. As you can see, I do wear shirts, whenever it's in Japan and it's really cold. I just happen to live in the hottest state in America. So, that's why I wear tank tops all the time. It's freaking hot. It's 80 degrees outside right now. It's November and it's 80 freaking degrees outside. Like, it's ridiculous. So as you can see, I even wear hoodies. Like, I wear jackets. Like, I do. I'm telling you, I wear normal clothing. It just sucks that I live in a really hot state. So anyway, that just kind of explains my absence right there. Let's get on to the news. Starting with this, hey, I got an email from Christopher Kotcher the other day, and he said, hey, I received 2 codes from Best Buy. I'm sending the second one to you to give to someone if you would like. Thank you so much, Chris. So I was like, great, that's wonderful. I will give this code away, and I did just that on this video right here. The best leveling spots in Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. Why are the comments not showing up? I'm trying. There they go. Okay, they're down here. So I ended up getting 130 comments about this. I said, hey, go ahead and watch this video. I have a giveaway. I even made a community post saying, hey, make sure that you check out this video because you don't want to miss the giveaway. It's really easy to enter this giveaway. You just go on in and you tell me your favorite memory. So I got a lot of entries right here. So I figured that I'd go ahead and choose the one to have all the comments populated right here. So I'll go ahead and choose it live on the air. This is for a digital PS5 code. Thank you, Christopher. Everybody thank Christopher in the comments right here. So, are you okay? Your face looks like you got into a fight. Is this joint dope? I don't even know what that means. Is this joint dope? Does my face look like I got into... What? Did I get into... My face looks fine. What are they talking about? Do I have a black eye or... I don't know. Anyway, let's choose a winner. Apparently, I got into a fight. Let's choose a winner. Let's see. What I got right here. Please don't hate me. My first Dragon Quest was 11. And what I loved most of... Okay, we got a memory. Wow, this is a long one. This is from EJ George 23. You are the winner. Please don't hate me. My first Dragon Quest was 11. And what I loved the most about it after the battle system was that it's just so simple and deep at the same time, allowing me to just have a blast. And even after the nice story that tricked me twice thinking that it was going to end, no, what I loved most was the 16-bit side quest involving the previous games. As I hadn't played any of them, I was just filled with wonder and awe by looking at these side characters referencing events and main ones, like a kid listening to an old hero telling the stories of his last adventures. So that's my favorite memory of Dragon Quest. Sorry it was so long. No, that's a wonderful memory. That's great. So let's see. You are the winner of the copy of Dragon Quest 1 and 2. Please email me and I will get you the code. Let's see, please, email is in the video description. Yeah, if I put the code there in the comments, then everybody would just kind of like steal the code and he wouldn't get the code, so he has to email me. That's why I always say like, hey, check your replies and everything so that you will know. So yeah, congratulations to George. Everybody thank Chris for the code and thank George, or I guess congratulate George for being the winner. The next thing that I want to talk about while we're still on Square Enix news is this right here. This is over on Amazon in the Square Enix store, and I will have a link to this. This is really freaking cool. They have Dragon Quest as well as Final Fantasy Tactics apparel, Amazon exclusive apparel for all these different things. Tons and tons. This is a nice one. This is cool. This Dragon Quest shirt. Oh, and it comes in all these different colors too. Look at that. So it's not just in black. It comes in all these different colors. I like the gray one. I like the dark gray. Ooh, it even comes in purple. Tons of different colors for all of these various shirts and everything else, as well as Final Fantasy Tactics. Oh, wow. This one's on... They already have the Tactics stuff on sale. Fascinating. So the Dragon Quest stuff is not on sale, but the Tactics stuff is on sale. Looks like we even have a hoodie over here for Dragon Quest. No tank tops, unfortunately, but I will include a link to all this in the description. Moving over from Square, let's talk about Atelier. The Atelier Rise of Secret Trilogy Deluxe is coming out on November the 13th. This is Atelier Rise 1, 2, and 3 all together in one package with brand new scenarios, brand new story sequences, all DLC included, brand new party members who join up for the first time, new quality of life improvements, all of that into one package. It's available digitally here in America. However, you can get it physically over on PlayAsia for $90. And for all of you guys out there who were like, what do you know? You don't buy your stuff anyway. Everybody sends you stuff for free. No, bitch. No, bitch. You purchase this item. Yeah. I buy my stuff. I'm sorry. I'm not that famous yet. Like, I buy my stuff. Like, so, yeah, whatever. So y'all can stuff that right now. So anyway, I talk about these things because I like them. Like, that's pretty much the end of my story. I talk about these things because I like them. So yeah, there is no upgrade path available. If you already have these games, there is no upgrade path for it, which sucks. But if you do want to get it and you haven't dove into the Rise of Trilogy, this is the best way to do so and purchase it and support physical things like I do. I'll include links to this as well. This is from our friends over at Ease Books, who are doing novelizations of the Ease series. They I guess not originally, but they did previously do the Lacrimosa of Donna novel, which I have right here. It's really high quality, really good stuff. They are now moving on to Monstrum Nox, the 9th entry in the series, and that is up and available for pre-order right now for $35. I will include links to that down below if you want to get your hands on that. Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflection pre-orders are now available. It's available in Standard, Deluxe, and Premium editions right here. It's coming out for the PS5, Xbox, Switch 2, as well as the PC on March the 13th of next year. Now it says here that the Standard Edition is $70 physically or digitally, whereas the Deluxe Edition is digital only for $90, and the Premium Edition is digital only for $100. How an edition can be premium or be deluxe without being physical is beyond my comprehension, but here we are, we're living in the future, boys and girls, and I'm so happy about it. Anyway, it's coming with all sorts of different stuff. If you just get the Standard Edition, you get the copy of the game and you get a pre-order bonus. The Deluxe Edition of the game gets you a deluxe kit with special outfits, and the Premium Edition Deluxe Kit, additional side stories, special outfits, downloadable content packs, and pre-order bonuses. So lots of different stuff right there. Unfortunately, I don't see like a collector's edition with like actual tangible items, but I'm just living in the past. What do I know? A new story trailer was also released, which follows the protagonists as they journey to understand the crystal encroachment threatening extinction to habitats throughout the world. It also introduces more of the companions that will aid the protagonist, including Ranger Vice Captain Gall and his Palico Murray, Ogden, the walking Monsterpedia, and Cora, who founded the Rangers alongside the protagonist's mother, Amara. Their travels take them to remote corners of the recently displaced village of Shepparton, whose revered canyons are dwindling in the face of the encroachment against forces of nature such as the elder dragon Yama Tsukami. Wow, normally it's the visual novels that tie me up, but this one, whoa, there was a lot right there. I made a full video about this, I want to say the other day, but it wasn't the other day, it was like a week or so ago. Anyway, Tales of Xillia 2 Remaster is in the works, and the next remaster Tales of title is to be announced relatively soon. Yeah, they are following an announce and release what's ready quickly approach. The same approach that Square Enix is doing. Remember whenever they came out with Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, and they were like, why 7? Why not 4? And then Yuji Horii was like, well, because 7's ready and 4 isn't. And that was kind of like, oh, well, duh. So, so it looks like Namco Bandai is doing the exact same thing. The producer goes on to say, we form teams with several partner development companies, and including projects from the verification stage to the late development stage, there are more than 2 titles in progress. More than 2! The pace of releases depends on the planning and development status. It could speed up or it could slow down. But even so, we're hoping to deliver fans as many titles as quickly as possible. Asked if that means the next remaster project will be announced soon, Tomizawa said, "I'm unfortunately unable to provide specifics about the next title yet, but the timing of the next remaster title announcement should be relatively soon, or at least that is the plan." As for remastered Tales of Xillia 2, as mentioned earlier, we're following an announce and release what's ready quickly approach. In that vein, Xillia 2 is still in progress, which is why it hasn't yet been announced. We will do our best to deliver updates as quickly as possible. Then he goes on to talk about the latest entry in the series, or the new entry, I suppose. As the Tales of series development team will always have throughout the history of the series, we continue to think about and work on new titles. Any announcements regarding a new title will take some time, but alongside the remasters, we are also planning and considering initiatives such as real-life events, merchandise, and various other promotions. So he's not saying that there's a new one being made, but he's basically saying, yeah, there's a new one being made, but we're also going to milk it for everything that it's worth. And then he's also saying that Xillia 2 is here, but then he's also saying that there's 2 more Tales games for a total of 4 Tales games in development right now, which is pretty freaking sweet if you ask me. A Strange Overlord is coming west in next year for the PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC by Nice America. I feel like a lot of other companies are leaving the PS4 behind at this moment, but Nice, of course, is not good on them. Oddly enough, not Switch 2, but Switch 1 and PS4. Very, very strange, but here we go. It will support Japanese voiceovers with English and French subtitles on consoles, English, French, and Japanese over on the PC. In addition to the standard edition, a limited edition will also be available, with further information announced on November the 13th. Falsely accused of assassinating the king, Etrained von Rosenberg. I'm having flashbacks of Von. I'm Captain Bosch. I'm Bosch von Rosenberg. And horrible flashbacks. She's swiftly executed, only to find herself in hell. What's a sweets-loving daughter of the Duke to do? Oh my! Why take the place over, of course. Experience a tale of humor and heart in this frenetic action RPG from the creator of Disgaea and Rhapsody, the musical adventure. Very cool. Take advantage of the unique revolving lane mechanic that sends items, buffs, and even characters circling around the map. As you progress through the story, you'll be able to challenge action-packed stages with your friends in the separate 2 to 4 player multiplayer mode. Indulge Etrange in her insatiable need for sweets in order to reap rewards of temporary buffs and bonuses. The gorgeous character designs brought to life by the legendary illustrator are sure to delight as Etrange and her many, many allies ride, fight, and even sing the way across hell. This is one musical odyssey you will not want to miss. Pokemon Legends just came out and there's already DLC! Yay! The future is now. Yay! It's a Mega Dimension DLC launching on December the 10th, plus a new side mission featuring Diancie? Diancie? I don't know. It's gonna cost $30 frickin' for this DLC. That's like a third of the cost of the frickin' game. But anyway, it follows Donut Chef Ansha and her companion, the mythical Pokemon Hoopa, will guide players as they explore the mysterious dimension known as Hyperspace Lumiose. This not-quite Lumiose city is home to the newly discovered Mega-Evolved Pokemon and other Pokemon not usually found in Lumiose, some of which can exceed the normal level limit of 100 levels and hyperspace levels. Hooper's powers are awakened when it received one of Ansha's donuts, transforming the distortions into portals to hyperspace. Ansha uses berries to create various kinds of donuts that grant different effects in hyperspace, such as powering up your Pokemon. She can also use more potent hyperspace berries, which are useful for taking on the high-level Pokemon in Hyperspace Lumiose. Like, take a shot every time they see Hyperspace Lumiose. Like, my god. Animal Crossing New Horizons has a new version 3.0 update, and a Nintendo Switch 2 edition has been announced that is due out January the 15th of next year. It'll cost $65 if you buy it standalone. If you already have the Switch version, it is a $5 upgrade path. Huh! An upgrade path on a Switch game! Who knew? Shock and awe! Switch 2 Edition features higher resolution visuals, mouse controls, and an in-game megaphone that uses the system's built-in microphone, online play for up to 12 players, and camera play. A free update is also coming to Animal Crossing New Horizons game for the Nintendo Switch. This update features a new resort hotel run by Capins Captain's Family, new themed items and characters, extra exclusives like Slumber Island for Nintendo Switch Online members, and more. I don't play Animal Crossing. Yeah, I know. It's a shock that I don't play some cozy game, but whatever. This invites you to create your island paradise at your own pace as you garden, fish, decorate, hunt for bugs and fossils, get to know the animal residents, and more. The time of day and seasons mirror the ebb and flow of real life, so each day on your island is a chance to check in and find new surprises all year round. You know what they'd find on my island year round? Hot and sunny and 80 degrees plus because it's never ending. Raider Remastered: The Mystery of the Soulless Army, one of the best. They call it a remaster. I'm telling y'all, it's really a remake. Like, they changed, like, they didn't just upscale the graphics here. Like, they changed everything. Calling it a remaster is crazy because it's totally a remake. But anyway, we have a demo launching on November the 5th for the PS5, Switch 2, and PC, and save data from the demo can be carried on over into the full game. That includes all story progress and character stats. So yeah, if you haven't played this one yet, this is a really freaking good game. Fire Emblem, or wait, I mean Dark Deity 2, yeah, is coming to the PS5, Xbox Series on November the 7th. It's currently already available on the Nintendo Switch as well as the PC. Dark Deity is back! A quarter of a century has passed as Irving and the Eternal Order carefully rebuilt Varroa to protect it against a future war. Their efforts will be put to the test far too soon as a new threat looms on the horizon. The neighboring Holy Asvarelian Empire needs new lands to grow, and the fractious, fragile Varroa seems ripe for the taking. All that stands in the way is the Order and 20 scrappy heroes to be. Yeah. So you take command of the Eternal Delegation led by Irving's descendants. Gwyn and the Redorian will have to navigate the treacherous politics of Varroa and weave a web of alliances to turn the tide of the coming war. Your decisions will determine the shape of those alliances and define your army. Coupled with the help of a giant pool of customizations, no two playthroughs will ever feel the same in Fire Emblem! Dark Deity. Back to the Dawn for the Switch 2 and the Switch launches next year on March the 5th. There will be also a PlayStation 5 release as well, but that will be announced at a later time. The PS5, Switch, and Switch 2 releases will feature enhanced localizations across all subtitle languages, as well as the addition of brand new Japanese and Chinese voice acting as well. Looks like there's a limited edition right here that we can look at as well. I'll include links to all this stuff right there. Switch 2, of course, is game keycard because, yeah. So let's see what this is about. It says, in this prison escape-themed RPG, crime, conspiracy, and hidden traps intertwine, while the relationships between characters grow increasingly complex. Step into the role of an animal inmate, survive the harsh realities of prison life, explore, grow, and plan your escape. Stay sharp, fight to prove your innocence, uncover the schemes lurking behind rival factions, and battle not just for your freedom, but for the future of the city itself. Meet a cast of unforgettable characters and experience an epic story in Back to the Dawn. If you want to learn more about this, I actually did, I want to say 2 reviews on this. Like, I had to review it whenever it was like beta or a demo or something like that, and then when it released on the PC, they asked me to review it again, so I have plenty of coverage on this game on the channel. 2.5D turn-based roguelike game, Eternity Breaker, not Energy Breaker. I'm aging. Wow, I'm really aging myself with that reference right there. That was a SNES RPG that was created by the same people who created the Lufia series, but it was only released in Japan. But then I did get a translation patch, and it was actually really good. So yeah, play Energy Breaker. Anyway, Eternity Breaker has been announced for the PC. So let's see what we got going on here. It's coming out in 2026, and it says the skills that you gain will become your class. Turn-based roguelike game with a 2.5D pixel art fantasy graphics. The story is about a battle to find your way out of an endless dungeon. In Eternity Breaker, combat requires the use of skills. In each combat round, the skills available for use are randomized, and skill upgrade statuses can also be randomized, and the skills come in 3 main categories: red for melee, magic for blue, and technical for green. But if you require like 2 red skills, you'll change to a warrior. But if you then get like 2 blue skills, then you become a battle mage. So yeah, your class will change depending on the skills that you randomly inherit or something like that. A boy can dream, right? I'm hoping against hope that this is something like Skies of Arcadia. We shall see. Echoes of Elysium launches in early access on December the 4th. This is an airship open-world survival RPG. Every time I see something like that, it's giving me Scars of Arcadia, but every time I see something that I'm like, oh, this is like Scars of Arcadia, and then I play it and I'm like, this isn't Scars of Arcadia. So hopefully, hopefully this is. Okay, early access of the game features the core systems and mechanics, allowing players to explore one large region of the world made up of procedurally, randomly generated islands. Over the course of the early access, which will last between 12 and 16 months, the game will expand to additional biomes, recipes, higher tier airship components, additional narrative content, and more leading up to its full and final release. Set in the enchanting world of Elysium, where ancient mechanisms coexist with serene skies and breathtaking landscapes, players must set sail for adventure in airships of their own design. Your fleet is more than simple transport, but your base of operations where you can transport your supplies, craft materials, and engage in aerial combat against an armada of adversaries. Work alone or with your friends in up to 6-player cooperative play as you uncover the mysteries of a forgotten paradise where danger lurks in the form of soul-powered clockwork beasts. Gather, craft, survive, and grow in power as you fight for survival and across a fractured landscape of diverse environments. Harvest unique resources to craft vital tools, contraptions, and airships, all aiding your defense and exploration. The more I read about it, the more I'm thinking not Skies of Arcadia. It's talked way too much about crafting. It talked about 6-player co-op play, which tells me that it's not turn-based, it's more than likely action, so yeah, I'm already kind of disappointed. Man, one article, I'm already disappointed, good lord. This ain't no Atelier, this looks cheap AF, but anyway. Alchemy X roguelike RPG, Alchemia Rogue, Mia and the Mystery Labyrinth has been announced for the PC, due out sometime next year. Mia, an apprentice alchemist, sets out on a journey in this Alchemy X roguelike RPG. Grid-based, turn-based exploration meets a deep alchemy system where you combine materials to transmute powerful items, adding new layers of strategy to the traditional roguelike experience. Each time that you enter, everything changes. Yeah, because it's a roguelike and it's all random. And when you fall, items and levels obtained during that run are lost. Yay, that's just what I love in a game, to lose all my progress, have fun. Embrace the tension and excitement of each adventure. Embrace your death and having to do it over and over and over and over again. Yay! Kingdom of the Night for the PC launches on December the 2nd. This is a story-driven RPG, action RPG, coming out for the PC for $20, and it's set in the 1980s. Although this looks like a panel from the Archie's comic strip with like Veronica blowing a bubble and I don't know, like, and he's a baseball bat with Merlin in the background happening. Like, I don't know what's happening right here. It's giving me like 50s vibes, Archie and all that, but okay, if you say it's 80s, whatever. Hunt down nightmarish demons and save the town of Miami. Miami, Arizona? Thought Miami was in Florida, but what do I know? In this 80s-themed isometric action RPG, choose your class, customize your abilities, collect unique gear, and battle nightmarish creatures as you infiltrate the massive layers of the demon lords that have taken over the town. With an expansive, interconnected map and open-ended quests, explore the town freely while unraveling the main story, blending coming-of-age drama, cosmic horror, and true love. Take control of John, as his adventure leads him through an hour-by-hour dilemma of what could be everybody's last night on Earth. As John, you'll encounter unearthly evils, demon lords, afflicted townsfolk, high school bullies, and a torrent of engaging, serial-like side stories, all nestled together in a larger-than-life fantasy that brings the ultimate evil to a neighborhood near you. Hunt the Night is coming to the PS5, Xbox, and Switch in Q1 of next year. It's already out for the PC. This is a retro-style gothic fantasy action RPG. It's the ninth age of humanity. The cycle of day is ruled by humans, and the night won by horrid creatures. Despite its efforts, humanity is annihilated with every arrival of the night. What? Okay, whatever. Anyway, so it's a night, so it's what, 9 days, and every single day humanity dies, but then they're revived whenever the sun comes up? I don't know. A group of humans calling themselves the Stalkers discovered how to use the power of darkness to their advantage, and they fought the night. However, it was not enough. And with every new dawn, humanity rose again, knowing that with darkness comes extinction. This makes no sense. So what are they, like? They're literally 12 hours old? Are they like babies? Like, I don't know. Are they having like little 12-hour-old babies killing the dark? Like, I don't know! Humanity found the Seal of Night, an artifact that allowed them to stop the cycle of an everlasting day. In exchange for a blood oath that the Stalkers are willing to pay, the sun ruled for hundreds of generations, and for the first time, hope was a beacon of light. Yet fate proved unstoppable, and they paid the ultimate price. Now, as the night starts devouring every single glint of light, Vesper, a stalker by right and daughter of the traitor, will travel to a dying land to save the last embers of humanity. She hunts in a race against destiny as the shadows lengthen, bond in the world and in her mind. The Witch's Bakery adds a PS5 and Xbox Series version, due out sometime next year in 2026. It's already been announced that it's coming out for the Switch and the PC, but now we're getting new console editions. This is a 2D adventure RPG about a joyful witch who opens her bakery in modern-day Paris. She has one special power: she can see into people's hearts and heal emotions through magic. You play as Loon, who has just arrived in the city, and each day is split into 3 phases. During the day, Loon will manage her bakery and serve clients with her team of friends. In the evening, she'll explore Paris, build relationships, discover the city's secrets, and go inside of her friends' troubled hearts. And at night, Loon will rest, improve her magic, decorate her bakery, and spend time in her cozy atelier. Sigma Star Saga Deluxe is coming to the PS5, Switch, and PC in early 2026. This is kind of a spiritual successor to the Guardian Legend, which came out of the NES back in the day whenever I was a kid. I loved the Guardian Legend. Didn't really love this one so much whenever I played it on the Game Boy Advance, but I also really didn't give it that much of a chance either. During the Game Boy Advance time period, which wasn't all that long, I was like knee-deep in coursework for college. I had just come out, and like my life was turned upside down. It was not a really good period, so I didn't spend that much time on the Game Boy Advance, but what I did play of this, it was okay. I wouldn't say it was bad. It was okay. It wasn't anything memorable. It was no Guardian Legend, we'll say that. This is an adventure RPG shoot-'em-up hybrid, originally published by Namco on the Game Boy Advance. It's a genre-shattering science fiction adventure that transitions from character-driven top-down exploration to real-time side-scrolling space shooter action when the battle begins. As elite Earth pilot Ian Wrecker, players must infiltrate the invading Krill Empire and defeat them from within by traversing numerous planets, interact with memorable NPCs, and wielding dozens of types of weapon data that allows for thousands of powerful combinations for Wrecker's ship. Newly updated for the game's 20th anniversary, Sigma Star Saga Deluxe retains all the gameplay and content of the original release, but adds numerous refinements, including an improved map, decreased random encounter rate, rebalanced experience system, modified hitboxes, adjusted autofire, enhanced dialogue, additional save points, assorted bug fixes, and quality of life updates, and more. I will definitely be checking this one out now that I can kind of like really give it a better shot than I did back in the day. Someone's doing yard work outside, so I'm sorry if you hear it, but I'm not pausing recording just for that. We're moving on! Toy Tactics is coming out for the PS5, Xbox, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch in Q1 of 2026. Everything except for the Switch 2, shockingly enough. Currently already available on the PC. This is a physics-based real-time tactics game where you can draw unit formations and command units based on minifigs to victory. Under the guidance of legendary generals, master the ability to draw configurations into the battlefield and send miniature legions to war against hordes of undead foes. Charge up your army with artifacts and destructive spells to give you the upper hand in battle, and smash your foes in real time. Create intense battles in both single-player and multiplayer modes, and think fast, deploy your units strategically, and lead them into a victory. Moving on into some Idea Factory news, Calamity Angel Special Delivery launches February the 17th in 2026 in the West. It is a standard as well as a plus edition. Let's see. Oh, PS4 as well. Wow, a lot of PS4 support this round. Really cool. The plus edition will be $55. It includes a physical copy of the game, a 52-page hardcover art book, a set of postcards, a slipcase to hold the art book and postcard set, reversible cover sleeve, and exclusive trading card. So that's actually a pretty freaking good deal. If that's the plus edition, only $55. Probably the standard, I would guess, is $40. So $15 more and you get all that really nice stuff. It's shocking that Idea Factory can create these great physical editions, and then these other companies will just be like, yeah, this is the deluxe edition. It's $100, and you get digital garbo that nobody cares about, but whatever. Lead a ragtag group of kooky carriers in this delivery service RPG as they protect and trek passages through treacherous terrains, unruly monsters, and meet other sneaky delivery service teams ready to stake their claim as the best delivery service in the Orgotris region? Okay. A new adventure awaits in every package. Oh, this is the plus edition images. Very, very nice. More Idea Factory. Ariana and the Elder Codex is coming west in 2026. Let's see, this is a PS4, PS5, and Nintendo Switch, available physically and digitally. It already came out in Japan. I've got to say, I think Idea Factory, at least like their their non-Hyper Neptunia stuff is kind of growing on me. I really liked Mado Monogatari, Fia and the Wondrous Academy that came out earlier this year, so I've been trying to like look at some other stuff with more of an open mind, and this looks actually pretty cool right here, and it's not Neptunia, thank God. The librarian Ariana's mission is to repair the 7 hero codices which have been altered. Due to terrible damages, magic has vanished from the world. By utilizing special librarian magic that allows her to enter codices, Ariana seeks to mend the books to bring back magic. Can Ariana safely repair each tomb and unravel the mysteries hidden within the library? Looks pretty neat. And our final story of the week, we have Cloudheim, launching an early access for the PC on December the 4th, with a full release to follow sometime next year, as well for the PS5 and Xbox Series. Ragnarok shattered the world. The gods have chosen you to shape the next one. Cloudheim is a 1 to 4 player action-adventure that blends crafting with chaotic physics-based combat. Awaken forgotten deities, drive back corruption, and upgrade your shop in the sky to bring harmony to a broken realm. Okay, so whenever I saw it, I was like, oh, Cloudheim. Okay, action RPG, I can deal with that. Maybe it'll still be kind of like Skies of Arcadia, but just like the last one, I see things that are bothering me, so yeah. Rally your friends for spectacular combo-driven combat in the destructible world of Cloudheim, where the ancient beings lie dormant and corruption spreads. Harness powerful abilities and craft ever-evolving weapons to unlock new skills and devastating combos. Explore mysterious islands and shifting dungeons from your flying turtle base, the Odin Shell. Play solo or up to 4-player online cooperative play with a colorful cast of characters and creatures to guide your journey. Cloudheim blends fast-paced action and dynamic crafting as you dive into the colorful fantasy realm, waiting to be transformed. So, yeah. What was the name of that other one? It was, I don't remember what it was called. It was not that long ago that I went over it, though. But man, Echoes of Elysium, that was it. Echoes of Elysium. And yeah, that one busted my Skies of Arcadia dreams, and so did this one, so good lord. When will we ever get a real Skies of Arcadia successor? Hopefully sometime next year. Well, let's find out. Anyway, that's it for the news. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and as always, have a good day.